Good morning, children. So, welcome to the EVS2 class. So, children, what were we doing? We were doing lesson number 2, that is monuments and museums. And yesterday we did very important topics, three very important topics, that is the need for monuments, the need for museums, and difference between monuments and museums. And with that topics, we have come to the end of the lesson. So children, before going to the workbook, okay, before discussing the question answers of the workbook, let us take a quick recap of what are the important topics of the lesson. So all of you children, take out a textbook, okay, and take out page number 8. So you can see in page number 8, lesson number 2, monuments and museums are there, and in the first page you can see what are monuments. It's given monuments are historical buildings. They play an important role in telling us about the past. So monuments are historical buildings, and one very important monument picture is given, that is of the Red Fort, which is in Delhi. So first page itself, it gives us an idea about what are monuments. Then children, in second page we come to know the 4 pictures of buildings are given, and we have to guess which is an example of a monument. Okay children, and which was the example of the monument? It was number A, Charminar. You remember, we have discussed it. Okay, then very elaborately monuments have been explained, and it's written there, forts, temples and palaces are all common examples of monuments. Okay children, and what exactly are monuments? They are structure or a building that is built to remember an important event or person. Okay, and children, monuments are always built to remember an important event or a person. It's just not built for the sake of building. Like an example is given, Emperor Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. Then children, we come to the next page, which is given monuments of 2 types, and here we come to know that monuments of 2 types. One is old monuments and the other is new monuments. So what are old monuments? Dolmens example is given, which was built. Old monuments are those monuments which are built very very long ago, whereas new monuments are those monuments which are built recently. So example of old monuments is given, one example is dolmen, and new monuments, one example is given, National War Memorial. Then some famous monuments of India, pictures of some famous monuments of India has been shown, like the Jinji Fort, which is in Jinji, Golconda Fort of Hyderabad, Konark Sun Temple of Puri, and Gol Gumbaz of Bijapur. Then children, in this lesson we come to the very important topic, that monuments are built for different reasons. Why monuments are built? And here we come across Buland Darwaza. It was built to celebrate the victory of Emperor Akbar over Gujarat. Gateway of India, why it was built? The British government built to celebrate the visit of the King of England. And Ashoka's pillars, why it was built? It was built by Emperor Ashoka to pass orders and messages to people of his kingdom. So children, monuments are always built for a reason, but the reason can be different. Then we come to the second page, which is we come to the topic of museum, because our lesson teaches us of monuments and museums. Monuments we have studied, now we'll study about museums. Now what does it say about museum? It says a museum is a place where different kinds of old and interesting objects are displayed. Example, coins, weapons, tools, utensils, toys, etc. Okay, museum is a place where different things which were used in the past are displayed. And some famous museums in India are there, like it's given example, National Museum of New Delhi, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya Mumbai, Salajang Museum Hyderabad, Indian Museum Kolkata. Okay, then children, we come to know that a museum may also display only paintings or only objects. Okay, only one type, only particular kinds of objects. Like example he has given, a museum may display only paintings or only objects used by the military. Like in India, the Jaisalmer War Museum is a war museum that tells us about the history of Indian Army. Not various items are displayed, only one particular type of object is displayed. Then children, we come to the topic that monuments need to be cleaned and repaired in order to preserve monuments, because monuments are built very long ago. So in order to preserve them, so that we can see our future generations can also see, monuments need to be maintained, and for that they need to be cleaned and repaired. Okay children, so next we come to the topic that is need for monuments and the need for museums. Why are monuments needed and why are museums needed? Now here very clearly it's given why the need for monuments. They help us understand how people lived in earlier times. Then also they help us remember important events. So these are the reasons for which monuments are needed. Then what is the need for museums? Why museums are needed? We learn about objects and materials used in the past, and then number 2 we learn about people's lives. Then we come to topic difference between monuments and museums. Like monuments, we have come to know that they are old structures built to remember an event or a museum or a person, and museums built to display different things from the past so that people can learn about history by seeing them. Okay children, then lastly children will come to know that sometimes monuments are made into museums also. Example, the Aga Khan Palace and the Jai Vilas Palace have been made into museums. So some monuments have been turned into museums. Then children, we come to next page. And here in Train My Brain, you can see there are 2 questions. What is dolmen? We already know they are monuments, old monuments which were built long ago for burial sites. They were built on the top of the burial sites. Then question number 2, name a monument that has been made into a museum. So can you name a monument that has been made into a museum? Just now I told you Aga Khan Palace. Okay children. And here then we can see in I apply something is given. A museum or monument may get damaged due to the following. Sometimes what happens children, a monument or museum may get damaged also. How they get damaged? It's given here. Fire, earthquakes, floods, pollution, strong sunlight, plants growing on it, traffic and people. So these are the things, these are the causes which can damage a museum or a monument. In the right side children, you can see a picture also, a fire at the National Museum of Natural History, New Delhi. See, this is a museum and it has got fire, and due to this fire many objects have been destroyed and the museum has also suffered many losses. Okay children, so here are a few things. Precautions also given. How can monuments be taken care of? Monuments and museums can be taken care of. What is given here? Do not touch things that are on display in museums. They may get damaged. So we should not touch the things. Do not write on the walls of monuments. Some people have the habits of writing on the walls of monuments when they visit. So we should not do that because it damages them and makes them look ugly also. And number 3, do not throw wrappers or bottles around. Keep the places clean. This is very important. We should not throw wrappers or bottles around when we visit these monuments and museums. We should keep these places clean. Now you can see Konark Temple surrounded by flood water. Can you see? Yes, this is also a monument. Konark Temple is a monument. Here's a picture of Konark Temple is given and surrounded by flood water. And then a second picture is shown, Taj Mahal's damaged floor. So these monuments need to be maintained. Okay, and here a picture of both these monuments, how they are, means they are destroyed by nature and by people. It's been shown here. Then children, here a scrapbook of the places. Rashi, a girl, has prepared a scrapbook, photo scrapbook of the places she visited in Delhi. Tick the monuments Rashi and her aunt visited. So these are the places which Rashi she has prepared a scrapbook. This is a very good idea, isn't it, children? You can also make a scrapbook of the places, and you must have the pictures you have visited, and you can stick the pictures or objects also. If you have collected anything, you can stick on your scrapbook. Then lastly, we come to be amazed, and here it's given the pillars built by Emperor Ashoka consisted of statues of different animals such as lions and elephants. One such pillar at Sarnath in Uttar Pradesh has 4 lions standing back to back. So this is a very good example of a monument is given, and this monument is a pillar which was built by Emperor Ashoka, and it consisted of statues of various animals such as lions and elephants. And so the Ashoka built many pillars, and one pillar is at Sarnath, which is in Uttar Pradesh, and it has 4 lions standing back to back. Okay. Then children, here one maths fun is given. The picture shows how the Taj Mahal looks from the sky. If you join the 4 minarets, a square will be formed. Let us name this square L, M and O. Name the vertices and diagonals of the square. So no need for the vertices and diagonals, you are too small for that. So children, you can see this Taj Mahal, when the aerial view from the sky, it's viewed, the photo is taken, it looks like that. And when you join the 4 pillars, a very perfect square, you get it. Then children, we have science fun. In the earlier times, people used sundials to tell the time. In India, there are 5 sundials called Jantar Mantar. The largest one is in Jaipur. It's the 4th world's largest stone sundial. So children, before, people didn't have watches or clocks. So what they used to do, they had sundials. And with the position of the sun, they used to tell the time. Okay, and they used to build these sundials. You can see on the right hand picture, there is this sundial, the Jantar Mantar. And Jantar Mantar you will find in Delhi also, and in many other places Jantar Mantar is there, which is called sundial. And the largest sundial is in Jaipur. Okay. So children, with this we come to the end of the lesson. In the next class, I will be discussing the workbook question answers. Okay children, so till then, have a great day and meet you in the next week. Okay, bye bye.